Cavaliers have an Eastern Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend their home court here at the Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland. I'd like to welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court for Cleveland, J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Thompson is out there with Kevin Love, and it's Irving at the 1 spot.
Obviously a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Cavs were poised to make a huge run last year in the playoffs, swept the Celtics in the first round, but it cost them.
Yeah, even though they did get that sweep, they lose Kevin Love for the rest of the way, and that put a big hurdle in their quest for the title.
Here's James. Out to Thompson. From outside the arc. Love, no good. On defense, Cleveland. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
2 shots.
As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate, Clark.
And, you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19 and 20 in the first 39 games, and then 34 and 9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
Irving for 3. Cavaliers with the rebound. And here's the fast break. LeBron leading the way. And it's LeBron James with the rebound.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively. And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Smith's shot is good. And he overshot that one, missing.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defense.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
In transition, here come the Cavaliers. Smith with the ball.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they're bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
The 3 from LeBron.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. I mean, he was all on top of that one.
In transition, here come the Cavaliers. Smith with the ball. The Cavaliers leading by 5.
And those midseason trades for the Cavs really turned things around. Mozgov came in, J.R. Smith and Shumpert secured that 2 spot, gave this team an incredible edge defensively. Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Poke loose.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And he gets it to go. 9 points for Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, and you know, they built the roster to how they played best midseason. I mean, it was a great job, I think, by the front office to get the players that fit best into the locker room and into the team style of play.
So timeout called here, the first for Cleveland.
And it's strange to think that early last year, all the talk in the media was about the in-house fighting on the Cavs. It goes to show just how much better things are for a team when they're winning.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Cavaliers. And Fry has it in the corner. And stolen by Love. Here's Irving. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. And that's 11 points for Kyrie Irving. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
Out of bounds, Cleveland will take possession. Well, as rough as the Cavs might have started the season, Clark, they were all at peace near the end. Things turned around certainly after the All-Star break. Had their amazing playoff run, great momentum, and that confidence showed every game they played.
Really did, and I thought the big three found a way to come together nicely and smooth out the rough spots. And James, Irvin, and Love ended up being the highest scoring trio in the league last year.
For Cleveland, they have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
And, you know, you don't have to tell them what their free throw numbers are. I mean, they're well aware of it, believe me.
Off the screen, and the shot falls short this time.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
And because it's still early, I wouldn't read too much into it. There's still a lot of game left.
Mozgov dishes to Shumpert. Shumpert with the steal. Up the floor. And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Cavaliers on top. They lead by 13. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And looking at what we've seen, Cavaliers pretty much in control here, it would appear.
A lot of times, the team that owns the paint is going to come away with the victory, and that's what they've done here thus far.
Yeah, why change the plan until they make you? And that's where they should continue to attack moving forward, going inside.
Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. And it's Thompson in at the pivot spot manning the middle. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second. And here's LeBron outside. Shot's good. LeBron's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for Cleveland. And he gets it to go.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, top man is going for the jugular.
Some nice passing by Cleveland here. And it's Love missing.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
And he gets it to go.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on. Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the one
DJ Khaled.
Cavaliers have an Eastern Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend their home court here at the Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland. I'd like to welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So on the floor for Cleveland, J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Thompson is out there with Kevin Love. And it's Irving in at the 1.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Back to Love. In the corner, it's James. That falls. Great assist by Love. LeBron's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And now one spot the Cavs did struggle with last year was help off the bench. They were last in the league in bench scoring.
And so it's Cleveland with it. It's a 3-point game. Irving passes to LeBron. Love outside. A three. And Irving pulls it down.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks.
Oh, my God.
Cleveland shooting their first free throws of this.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
And guys, that allows their opponents to play very aggressive defense if they choose to, knowing it's not a bad thing to send them to the foul line. You know, guys, I would call that methodical but explosive. You know, he waits for the opportunity and then boom, right to the rack.
Here's James. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. LeBron's got 6 points.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Irving misses. And here comes Smith leading the fast break. And the dunk by James.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
For three, Smith. The Cavaliers have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Oh, and he can't cap off the break.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
They recover it. Thompson with it. Guarded now by Irving. The kick out to LeBron. Another miss by LeBron. Cavaliers leading. Love outside. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Love's got his first 3 points of the game.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter. Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was also safe for that jump.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be, remove all doubt on that attack. Did you just see?
That's not as easy as he made it look, guys. You've got to have some skills to pull that baby off.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills necessary.
And you know what?
Man.
That man can climb a ladder.
The Cavaliers trail by 4. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Fry comes in for Thompson. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for LeBron. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Amon Shumpert's checked in for Smith. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. And stolen by Love. Here's Shumpert.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Here's Irving. It's tipped. LeBron kicks to Shumpert. And, yes, sir, that one drops. Shumpert's got his second bucket.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
And stolen by James. An even 3-on-3 break. Cleveland shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Love. And it's Amon Shumpert in for Smith. Outside Irving. Kicks to Dellavedova. Launches it. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Dellavedova's got his first bucket. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Cavaliers lead by 4. We'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Cavaliers.
Guys, their penetration has been outstanding. I mean, it's actually been great. They're really finding those holes in the defense.
And the other thing, though, is their execution in terms of their ball movement has been flawless. Sets up a lot of easy scoring opportunities.
On the floor for Cleveland, getting going here in the second. Irving is out there with Matthew Dellavedova. Then there's Iman Shumpert. Then there's Channing Frye. And it's Love, and it's the fourth. Here's Shumpert. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
My goodness, he sure can get off the ground.
One of the best in the business for sure. You're right.
I tell you what, he is an imposing finisher around the rim. He makes it look a little too easy.
There's the screen. 5 to shoot. Irving drives in. Dellavedova from outside. Good D by Irving. Cavaliers leading. Finished off the break.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything. And really just trying to take the wind out of their sails here, I think. You know, they're on the wrong end of a run and need to just kind of exhale.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to stop the bleeding. Things were starting to spiral completely out of control. And I think a timeout was a no-brainer there.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Mozgov. Love comes in for Channing Frye. Smith checked in for Matthew Dellavedova. And it's LeBron in for Irving. Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Cleveland. Smith comes in for Matthew Dellavedova. Smith dishes to James. Will it go? And J.R. Smith picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
It's LeBron with the drive, and that is good.
In that height, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Cavaliers trailing. Boom, he changes it straight down.
And textbook. I mean, that move to the lane, you got to tip your hat on that.
Well said, Greg. And Clark with some major elevation on the slam.
Boy, the defender might have to put his shoes back on after that move. Wow.
Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being as a result.
Well, you know, they were kind of bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
Thompson misses.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate and embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
And the rejection by James. Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Cleveland. Cleveland also making some changes. Mozgov comes in for Kevin Love. And James subbed in for Iman Shumpert. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
And those midseason trades for the Cavs really turned things around. Mozgov came in, J.R. Smith and Shumpert secured that 2 spot, gave this team an incredible edge defensively.
And the Cavaliers call time here.
Yeah, and you know, they built the roster to how they played best mid-season. I mean, it was a great job, I think, by the front office to get the players that fit best into the locker room and into the team style of play.
For the Cavaliers, Irving comes in for Smith, and it's LeBron in for Matthew Dellavedova. The drive by James. Good.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too.
Cavaliers ball. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith.
And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Yeah, and that was important. Probably would have been a quick 2 points if he doesn't get a hand on it and knock it out of bounds. You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And guys, anytime it's real tight, you're looking for something that could be potentially a momentum builder. And that's exactly what that play looks to be.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's foul number 2 for him. Channing Frye's checked in for Cleveland. Matthew Dellavedova comes in for Irving. It's LeBron with the drive, and he slams it one-handed.
Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam.
Nice way there, guys, to finish up that possession.
Really good example there of some fine interior passing before that basket.
Love outside. LeBron again. Smith. The reverse. And LeBron with the layup. James has got 13 points now in the quarter.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented. For plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
I tell you what, though, great dunk, and this is even a better game we got going on right now.
Now, Cleveland moving it up. And that misses. That would have put him up.
You know, not only is the game neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the boards.
It's been brutal in terms of the physicality down low.
Just 4 seconds left to play here in the half. Irving can't hit. It's a... We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
The way he was able to attack the rim in that first half. Defenders are going to need to start building walls and being connected defensively if they want to have any chance to stop him.
Now, come on, Greg. That's much easier said than done when he's the penetrator. I mean, his speed and agility make him extremely tough to cover.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense is giving him and not trying to do too much. Very much playing within himself.
Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. And it's Thompson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. James kicks to Smith. Irving with the ball. Now Smith defending. The drive by James. And that one is hammered home.
Nice finish there to put him up in the game. I would be surprised to see him get some more of those touches down the stretch.
Out to Smith. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Smith's got the game tied up here for Cleveland. Cavs were poised to make a huge run last year in the playoffs. Swept the Celtics in the first round, but it cost them.
Yeah, even though they did get that sweep, they lose Kevin Love for the rest of the way, and that put a big hurdle in their quest for the title.
Now, here is Irving. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Smith, the pass to Love. Back to Smith. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
And you can tolerate gaps like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that...
Think you want to get rich. You don't really want it. You ain't really trying to get rich. Nah, you don't really want it. Now you don't want that late night gas with no break, like crash in the daylight. I see it in your face. You don't want that blood, sweat, tears in a bunk bed. Peers know they upset the Lambo in your gate. Nah, you can't take a loss like that. Off that. Wasn't really forced to shop at Ross like that. Don't know how it feel to can't afford like that. Off deck. Right back, had to get it out the mud. We took. Gotta tell me do it for the love. Gotta do it just because. Got this ballin' in my blood. Think I came this far to shoot dubs. I don't think you trying to get rich. You don't want it. You ain't really trying to get rich. You don't want it. I don't think you want. Now you ain't got what it takes to do it like me. Get your head up in the game or you can sightsee. Waiting for a handout, this ain't their right league.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. And it's time for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. The crowd here in anticipation of their home team Cavaliers in an interconference battle here at the Quicken Loans Arena. Now Golden State's starting 5. The defensive stalwarts Green and Bogut are down low. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3, and it's Curry in at the 1 spot. Smith outside. Makes it off the glass.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
On defense, Cleveland. So many great statistics are available to demonstrate just how dominant the Warriors were last season. My favorite is, G8, their point differential.
You know, to be able to beat your opponent by double digits on average is something only 8 teams have been able to do in the history of the league.
It's amazing. Curry gets the bucket.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
James. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. This is his first free throw of the game. The first one falls. At the 1 for 2. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
I'll tell you what, it was a really strong year for the Cavs. 53 wins for them, good for the 6th best mark in team history. A lot of those wins also came against the West, making it even more impressive.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Curry outside. It's hauled in by LeBron. Cavs were very strong against the West. 18-12 record for them overall, second only to the Hawks in the East.
And they really turned it on against the West from mid-January on. How about going 14-1 in the West in their last 15 matchups, and that included a 10-game win streak against the West.
To the paint, and Irving with the basket on the assist by James.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Here's Thompson. LeBron with the block. And they'll keep possession. They get it back. Green. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Thompson from deep three-point range.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
That's good. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
Yeah, it reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
What a year for the Warriors. Clark won their division for the first time in 39 years, ran away with the very tough Western Conference.
And there were a number of surprises last season, Kevin, but the Warriors were at the top of the list. I mean, I don't think anybody, including you and I, pegged them to be as good as they were.
Especially the way the finals began.
Exactly.
Channing Frye's checked in for Cleveland. Matthew Dellavedova comes in for Irving. The shot by LeBron, no good.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint. Oof, that is a tough shot.
Now here's LeBron. Pass to Dellavedova. And here's Love from the arc. And it's good, assisting on the play with Dellavedova. Love's got himself on the board with 3 there. And here's Iguodala outside. The Cavaliers pull it in. Smith kicks to Frye. Iguodala with the steal. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. And they get it back. And the basket by Curry.
He's having quite the quarter here, guys. I mean, shooting the ball extremely well.
James right side. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Special. There just aren't many guys like him who can accelerate to the rim and finish in style.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And one problem with the Cavs last season was they put immediate pressure on themselves. A part of that was the trade for Kevin Love.
And the Cavaliers with some changes. Mozgov comes in for Kevin Love. And Shumpert in there for Smith. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Golden State. Harrison Barnes comes in for Andre Iguodala. Here's LeBron. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. As you said, the Cavs put a lot of pressure on themselves because of the trade. You could see it affect the way they came out of the gate.
And you know, it was just night and day, Kevin, when the Cavs began to relax and click. I mean, a total transformation and turnaround. They would go 19-20 in the first 39 games, and then 34-9 over the rest of the season once those guys gelled and got locked in.
Dellavedova dishes to James. Powered down after the assist, let him into the lane.
Make it two hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was also safe with that dunk.
No reason.
That jam. Beautiful. But this tug-of-war game continues.
You know what? And they just keep flip-flopping the lead again and again and again.
And, guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
Stolen by Thompson. Outside Curry. From outside, off the mark. Shumpert. And so, both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Cavaliers lead by 1. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. More action in store as the players get ready to go, having a nice break to get hydrated with Gatorade. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots. Both teams trading punches back and forth. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
The momentum swing, really impossible to keep track of. The energy in the building just keeps going back and forth, ebbing and flowing. I'm loving it.
Thompson passes to Irving. From deep. That doesn't go in either for Irving. And it's the Warriors on the break. Livingston, that's good.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Cleveland moving the ball around. The drive by Thompson. And he bangs it home with one hand.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
It was the season of destiny, and the Warriors certainly followed through. Clark, the best team in the league all year, and they finished the job beating the Cavs in the finals.
And they were on a mission from the get-go. They would become another team to win 65 games or more and win the finals. Impressive work.
And the Cavaliers with some changes. Kevin Love's checked in for Fry. LeBron comes in for Shumpert. And J.R. Smith's subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. LeBron kicks to Love. James dishes to Thompson. It's stolen by Bogut. Here's Barnes. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And, guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And, guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker. Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Thompson, a screen on Thompson. Over to the wing. Launches a 3. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Love.
Yeah, such a sweet 3-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Curry can't get it to go.
And just because you can make it from outside doesn't mean you need to live there.
Not that far out anyway, Greg. I mean, he can work for a better shot than that.
Thompson misses.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
And stolen by Irving. Good. And it's 13 points for Steph Curry.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play him.
And it's Barnes. bring it down.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense. Hang time on that rim puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on its heels. Let's see how this one turns out.
Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. And it's Thompson with the jam.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
A much better quarter for them shooting the ball.
Anytime your field goal percentage is in the high 50s, partner, you're doing something right.
Inside, kicks it out to LeBron. LeBron with another miss.
Their free throw attempts have really fallen off here in the second quarter. Not as aggressive.
They're settling. They've got to keep getting the ball inside. Create some balance offensively.
The numbers in their favor. Moving it up. And there's Thompson. That's good on the assist by Curry. And it's an 11-point Warrior lead. Kicks to LeBron. It's Mozgov, high post. Back to LeBron. Dishes to Mozgov. Smith up top. Looking to end the run. Great tee that time from Green. Mozgov with the steal. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
Yeah, foolish play. He's got to be thinking out there.
Which he clearly wasn't on that play. Or maybe he was thinking just about something other than basketball.
Well, speaking of thinking, back home, guys, we call that a good old-fashioned brain freeze.
At the line for two.
And that one falls for Space.
Oh my God, I just got that.
That one misses. That's a two from Dellavedova. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Warriors ahead. They lead by 12. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Cavaliers.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
How about the magic touch he had on display there in that first half in terms of finding his teammates? Just a plethora of assists.
Plethora, you're going deep into that dictionary of yours, man. It's not a common occurrence with this guy, though. Typically, he's more of a finisher, but that's not been the case in this one.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
It's as if he can get to the rim any time he wants, and in that first half, he wanted to quite a bit.
And that's where his points were coming from. I mean, the defense has to do a much better job of challenging him at the rim.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. So on the floor for Cleveland, J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Tristan Thompson is out there with Kevin Love. And it's Irving in at the point. Curry outside. And he gets it to go. Curry's got 16 points.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it? Now, one spot the Cavs did struggle with last year was help off the bench. They were last in the league in bench scoring.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And really a few more of those, and this game could be over.
The Cavaliers trail by 12. Cavs not scoring with a lot of their bench. A big part of that is they just didn't go to the bench very often.
Well, you talk about the Cavs and the bench near the bottom in total bench minutes played. The bench didn't have a lot of firepower, didn't shoot the ball well, and considering they got limited minutes, oftentimes struggled to find any kind of rhythm out there. Well, they're fortunate. Defense was taking a big chance leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
And on the way from Irving for three.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Tries to keep it alive. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession. Brandon Rush was checked in for Harrison Barnes. Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Outside Irving. And here's Love for three. And it's Curry with the rebound. Curry's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. From deep three-point range. From beyond the arc and then some. Curry's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Warriors. Smith the pass to Love. Rush with the steal. Outside Curry. From deep. But they get it back. Bogut kicks to Green. The offensive rebound. For three. And Stephen Curry another three. Curry's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Great outside shooting fueling this run.
Then the D is getting bombarded. They haven't been able to slow them down the least bit. Outstanding perimeter defense there. That was a well-contested shot.
Yeah, and you know he takes a lot of pride in his defense. There are no easy threes if he's on you.
The three, and that is good.
Stephen Curry.
Curry's got 12 points in just the second half.
That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
3 of their last 5 makes come from beyond the arc. The defense has to react quicker. And really, the Warriors had an amazing regular season last year. Just from a historical standpoint, it was one of the best ever.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Fry comes in for Kevin Love. Amon Shumpert's checked in for LeBron. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Smith.
That's his first personal.
And for the Warriors last year, they would end the season with 67 wins. That number, Clark, tying for the 6th best win total in NBA history.
And my guess is only a few people saw it coming. I mean, and as the season wore on, it became more and more apparent that the Warriors were for real.